Hello, and welcome back to the Obviously Complicated podcast. I am your host, Dave Borowski, and as always, I'm joined by your co-host, Stevie Schaefer. Right now, we're bringing you the first appearance of one of our closest friends, fantastic comedian. You may know him from The Creek in the Cave. You may know him from other podcasts. You may know him from doing comedy all over Austin. Give it up for Dallas Irvin, everybody. Dallas Irvin. Tell people where they can find you.
I have nothing. They could just find me at open mics bombing in front of comics.
Well, like Instagram or whatever.
I really don't post anything except fucked up stuff on my Instagram, like on the stories, and that's about it. Find throw up videos, cat videos every now and then. I never share, but I try to make sure I ruin someone's day with my story. So I don't put content out there that much.
That's okay.
That's no worries. Don't take the hit. You can find me right here at Dave Borowski or on Instagram at Dave Borowski. Stevie, where can the people find you?
Made for Stevie movie on Instagram. When I do comedy around town, I will post there.
Cool. Yeah. So because it's a longer podcast, we usually do where to find people at the top. So if they don't watch the whole thing, at least they know where to locate people. Cool. Well, Dallas, so you are not from Texas. You're from Louisiana.
Well, Dad's originally from Texas, but he fell in love with my mom in Northwest Louisiana, and so I'm kind of Texan by how I was raised.
Okay, fair enough. And you started comedy in Shreveport?
Sadly enough.
So what's that scene like comparatively to the Austin scene?
It has grown a lot, and there's a lot of funny people actually in doing stuff now. But when I started, it wasn't as many. I had a good group of friends, but all we would do was they teach me the ins and outs of, like, my buddy David Allen taught me how to host correctly, where he's just like, don't try to be the funniest guy. I mean, if you happen to be that, just kind of a shitty show if the host is the funniest guy.
Yeah.
Which has happened. I've seen it happen plenty of times. But it was a good group. I mean, most of the stuff we would, for bookings for the most part, would travel outside of Shreveport. I've been to Lafayette. Lafayette's got an amazing scene. Jason Leonard runs a really, really good scene there. He used to get dudes.
My buddy Mark moved back there.
Huh?
I'm trying to remember what his last name is. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Black guy came here. He was when he got on Kill Tony. He was like, "I don't like this shit. I'm going back."
Yo, yeah. I remember that guy now. I forget his last name too, but
he's great. He's very funny, but he's from the Lafayette scene. So
yeah, well, I mean, it grows. There's killers, man. One of the best comics I've ever seen in my life, which kind of is also this person taught me unknowingly how to also being a good person and being able to work. You could be able to work and you're cool with people. You don't have to be friends with everybody, but just, do your stuff. Don't cause drama. This is the funniest guy I've ever seen in my life. He's this giant ass, I think half Mexican, half white dude. And giant as in he's 6'2", just big old 300-pound dude, and he straight up is one of the worst people to work with. He will kill a room. He knows how to work them. He knows how to do it. He seems likable, but he causes so much drama with comics. He doesn't get booked.
Yeah.
He gets a substantial amount of books from what I've seen, because I still follow him on Instagram, and he gets bookings. He's getting his name out there. But in a way, I never see any repeats. Hey, back in, Columbus, Ohio, I never see that.
Wow.
I see Columbus, or then after that, it's Boise or so, but I never see it done twice, which talent can take you there, but being a cool guy to hang around with, at least, you don't have to be everybody's best friend, but just be someone fun to hang around with.
Yeah.
I was
going to say, you had a really good analogy for working in comedy and getting along with other comics that I thought was really insightful.
Well, what I was going to say right now was just I think that there's a healthy, happy medium between you don't be dick,
Hmm.
but don't be a kiss ass.
Right.
You don't have to be friends with everybody. Like you said, don't be a jerk. Just like be professional, be friendly, do your thing, network when you need to or whatever, and then get out of there. Like, what was the analogy I said?
You said that it's like you're kind of a private contractor, but also
Oh, yeah.
all comedians are sort of your coworkers.
Coworkers, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really
So,
good
like
analogy.
you have to get along with them all, but
Yeah,
you
because
don't
otherwise
have
it's
to-
going to be a bad time for everybody.
Yeah,
and
'cause
also
you're-
bad for you.
And the bookers are like the HR department.
sort of, yeah.
Is that not as well? They can be. Never mind.
I was gonna say, so ostensibly, like, especially if the people that are your peers in whatever scene are going to be doing it for the rest of their lives, like you're gonna have to work with these people for forever.
I mean, he taught me because he got himself out of the Lafayette, and he was like, dude was hilarious.
Mm.
Like, if he was just work withable, he'd probably be just as big as Kevin Hart.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
The dude's that funny, and just like if he was just be able to be worked with, good lord, like it just shows that like maybe he just has like some insecurity in him in his own stuff, even though he's like always been hilarious because he's a goofy looking dude, but like we're all kind of goofy looking dudes and chicks in this fucking thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say not all of us are gonna be Matt Rife.
Human meatbags are weird.
Just getting into that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, oh, this is a sexy human meat bag. Still a bag of human meat.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I've tried to do like the most growth I've ever had was the Houston scene, which is nothing against the Austin scene. I wish Rogan would have chose Houston. Better food, way more diverse, just because of the size.
Mhm.
Not to say Austin's not diverse; it's diverse in its own way, but it's more like there's just something really like keep Austin weird. Well, it's already weird into its own. It's an oddity into its own, where it's like accumulation of both annoying liberals and annoying conservatives in the same one spot.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
These two.
They're not even that weird. They're just like
Well, not at this point.
I had a dude I worked with
They're just kind
at the
of
plant
nice
vending when I was a plant vendor. Like he was a hippie dude that worked for this place, one of the companies, and he was just like I catch him like smoking in his car, but most of the Home Depots are like, dude, he does such a good job, and we don't care.
Yeah, fair enough. So you kind of touched on something that I always think is interesting, is that it doesn't matter how funny you are, most comedians still have a little bit of an imposter syndrome, right? Like where it's like, how did I get in here? How do they know? I'm just going up there and telling dead baby jokes. What the fuck? And it's interesting to see like how different people handle that because, seen people that just absolutely kill all the time, and then they're like, I don't know why I'm even getting booked. And then you have comics that are probably lean more towards how I feel about it, where I'm like, I'm fucking awesome. Why am I not getting booked as much?
Well, the thing is, I think comedy, like to be successful at this, you have to be able to be worked with and funny enough. You don't got to be the funniest, and that's really the main thing. Not to say that's like can't. I mean, how modern comedy's turning out, like don't necessarily have to be funny.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think to touch on what you're talking about, I think a lot of creative people have imposter syndrome, and people trying to do weird careers have imposter syndrome too, because it's like, I'm doing this crazy thing. Like, why are they letting me do this?
Yeah.
But I think that you have to keep your ego healthy in order to deal with that, because I think it's good to have an aspect of humility because it leads to growth and it's relatable and people like that. Like Conan O'Brien, it's like he's kind of, I think, a pretty good example of like somebody who seems kind of like
he played the
but when you actually
self-deprecation
talk to
good.
him, yeah.
Like he
But
never made it seem sad. He just like
you shouldn't just hate yourself.
Yeah.
But he poked himself. He would poke the bear of his own psyche, which that's why he's, in my opinion, next to Johnny Carson. I mean, Johnny Carson's influential. Conan's probably the greatest.
For
Host.
sure.
We're talking about late night talk show. He never made anybody. There was this one, I can't remember. It was this like very attractive lady who was boosted up and stuff. And he just took a quick glance. He goes, "Oh, you're looking at me?" He goes, "Well, when you're doing that," and he just looked straight at her tits and stuff. Like he went that line where he held his ground in a way, but at the same time, he knew how to make fun of himself.
Yeah. I mean, I love Conan. I think I got to go Letterman though, which I feel like is also fair.
Oh, Letterman was like the first guy to make dorks popular, and I love that for him.
I just like that he was mean.
Well, yeah.
He was like, he would like poke at people and be mean to them and like just to see what they would do.
Oh, Craig Ferguson personally, because he knew how to flirt. I've been actually looking up his stuff just to be able to flirt a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, he was the smooth kind of late night host where he'd be like, he would just like lean into like the sexual flirtation and stuff.
And you knew there was chemistry and like the amount of like he made women feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. Very comfortable, and also trying to get them, even though they might be like married or seeing someone, like flirt back. Have a little fun, flirt back. And I hate how they canceled him just because of Jay Leno wanting to jack off in the mirror again.
What?
That's the reason why Craig Ferguson got canceled, because he went later show where he was almost at 12:30 at night, where his show would end at 1, I think, and Jay Leno had almost 2 shows or something like that like bumped him up, and it fucked him up because Jay wanted to I want Craig Ferguson time slot. I was like, no, but Craig's more popular. He was gaining his recognition on NBC, and then of course Jay Leno wanted to be like, let me jack off in front of a mirror.
Oh, so you're using that as a metaphor.
Yeah, as a metaphor.
Louis C.K. kind of ruined that. We're like, wait, who's joking? Who's
it was on the phone and ask consent, but still don't do it. Don't do it, people. Don't do it.
Oh man. Well, so how long have you been doing comedy?
On and off since 2011.
Oh wow! So you got some time.
Well, on and off. I may only have because Shreveport was such a smaller scene that I would go to Dallas every now and then and try to let me see what a big open mic would look like when I was younger. And maybe the first 3 years I maybe got only a year's worth of actual stage time, dare I say. When you start off for first 3 years, I think what's good for a comic is 3 to 5 or upwards to 2 mics a night minimum. If you can cycle it out, you can do 3, sometimes 5 when there's certain mics. It's like, hey, we got a 1 a.m. mic that you could do a minute and just do open liners, like one-liners and stuff like that. I was maybe getting up once a week.
Yeah, once a week is not enough for especially in your early years. 3
years and stuff. So right now, I don't care what it says. I may have only 4 years of actual stage time.
I mean, that's fair. Like my first,
maybe 3. Actually.
My first 2-3 years, I probably did two dozen mics in that time, which is not good. It's not nearly enough.
When I got into Houston is when I started to realize, I was like, oh, we just go to the next one and end at a certain one. I grew so much where I actually got, I was seeing laughter in the crowd, and I was like, oh, this is what it feels like.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has different theories. There's some people that say that you have to get on stage every day. I lean more to the Joe DeRosa kind of you should write more than you should be worried about hitting open mics.
Yeah.
And if you have spots, do your spots, but it's okay to take a 2-week vacation and do something else with your life for a little while.
As long as you're consistently writing and stuff, which is something I definitely need to start doing more of. But I've been going back and kind of trying to format at least a minimum of a 10-minute set that I could do for a guest spot.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you got 10 minutes? Okay. Yes, I do. And I can go to that immediately and stuff. And it's just the first time I've actually tried to format something like that is when I moved here.
I was going to say, because I've seen you do 10, 15-minute sets before.
That's because this is the first time in my life when I formatted that. I would get shows and it would just be just throwing spaghetti on a wall and seeing how cooked it is.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sometimes it hadn't even been put in the water yet, which year 3, I met this white comic who does black rooms, not Gary Owens, but even though Gary Owens is awesome, but this is one who does just the Gulf Coast, and he took me on a 3 because he was going from Lafayette, and I met him in Shreveport when he was stopping through because he knew one of the comics there, one of the older comics there, Lee Marvin Adams. No, not him. My bad, Lee Marvin. You're great though. He was just met around. I met him up and stuff. He saw me do like 3 minutes. He goes, "Do you think you can do like 8?" Could not. But they said yes, as you do as a comic.
Yeah,
you do.
Yes.
I did okay in Lafayette. We were doing Lafayette, Mobile, Alabama, and then like Panama City, and then driving back. And I had no job at the time, and I decided to go with and stuff. And
hey, somebody decides to take you on the road. You go on the road.
Yeah, I mean Lafayette was fun. I didn't do that well, but I kept the show moving in a way. Granted, I mean it's 3 years in, so but other than that, like Mobile, probably the worst set of my life, 800 people, and nobody did good.
Oh yeah.
At least it wasn't just you, but I mean that's
I thought it was because I was like after the host, which I saw the host was like definitely a pro, knew the headliner and stuff. I think the dude name was like Jonesy or something like that, if I remember correctly, because I never saw him after that. And I don't even know what he's doing, but he was apparently a comic that toured the Gulf Coast mostly from like, Key West all the way to where like Galveston and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
And he decided, just randomly decided to help me out while he was going back to like, I think he was doing a time in Dallas or something like that, and decided to go back to Shreveport. He's like, "Yeah, I can take you back." But yeah, 800 people, and it was the worst, second worst.
Fair.
I think you know what my worst is.
We don't need to talk about it.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah, 800 people is a huge crowd, and also like I've heard people say, because I've never done a crowd that was that big. Well, with comedy, I've played like punk shows and stuff that were that size, but I've heard comics say that like if it's like critical mass, if the crowd's kind of not feeling it and somebody doesn't get them, like they're just going to be like an immovable object.
I don't think I definitely did not help. Definitely did not help with that, it was because he like notorious, quote unquote black comic, but he also attracted like country white people with a certain sense of humor. And that's just the way it is. Like because there's no genre in comedy, even though there needs to be.
Yeah, I think there needs to be.
I think there needs to be. I'm sorry, but this whole like trying to be abstract, like funny is funny. I was like, yeah, but one thing that you may not find funny, like just how we watched the movie trailers. He didn't like a certain movie trailer, you did, and stuff. That's how comedy is too. So it should be genrefied.
It's already,
in a way.
It should be how comedy is, but you don't think that you would sort of like, or like at least certain comics, maybe comics that are already good, would lose something by being put into.
No, because Bill Burr's not an alt comic. Patton Oswalt is, and they recognized it, like from back in the day, where like the alt rooms were the thing, like the comedians that come, like they called them alt comics. That's genreifying something.
Yeah.
So what would your top few categories be that you think would maybe like catch the most people or be the most popular genres? I guess.
Well, now
mainstream bro comedy is probably the number one form of comedy,
which is almost, you can call it anti-woke. Like the anti-woke comedy is
anti-woke comedy,
which is not producing.
I don't think they have to be. I don't think
they're have to be only one genre. They can be kind of a mixed bag.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say, I feel like there's a big overlap there, like you're saying. But I've seen, I like bro comedy that's like not real. It's not real political.
Yeah.
Or like the what's that podcast with you were just listening to?
Hometown?
No, the one that they were saying wasn't political, really.
Flagrant?
Oh. No, Friends.
Bad Friends.
Bad Friends.
See, that's a perfect of like just
like
it's just shitty friends.
It's
perfect.
Just, that's just like
just there to be funny.
It's just
guys
being mean to each other.
Friends being
for jokes. Yeah.
It's not
Agent Santino going, "I'm Bobby Mom."
Yeah.
It's classic, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I think that, like, I don't know, I already called myself and do call myself a dark comedian.
Yeah, you got the dark comedy thing. You have one that are like more like clean, dare I say,
clean
the
comedy,
Regans and stuff like that. Like, I mean, clean comedy, like we talk about it all the time, but we don't understand. And also, I think Miss Megan Noel, if you know her over at one of the servers over at Mothership had a great fucking like this 1.5 minute video, I think, where she goes, "Why don't we look up a comic before buying tickets? Why don't we look up to see? Like, would you rather hate someone while you dolled yourself up, spend money, 2-drink minimum, and then having to tip the server too, and then for parking and stuff? Or would you rather be in your underwear and go, oh, I don't like that person?" It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. She's dating Grant Adcock. I think I want to say that.
I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, but yeah.
Love you, Grant, and he's fucking hilarious.
Grant's great, yeah.
Grant's fucking amazing. I absolutely love him. But yeah, like he's dating her and stuff. But like she has a good comedy mindset where I'm like, yeah, why don't people do that?
It's crazy to me. Even if you're like, oh, here's the comedy club. Do you want to go see the show? It's like, well, who's on the show? Let's just YouTube them real quick.
But we think like, oh, it's gonna be funny. Like
I have mixed
watching
feelings about what you guys are saying.
What do you mean?
Well, I think you're right in general, but like for me, occasionally I like surprises, and I'm a generally easily pleased kind of person. So
I'm talking about
sometimes I'll go to a movie and I don't want to know. I just saw I like that actor or whatever. Like let's just go watch it and then see. And
but I think
it's a dice
much more
roll.
of an open mind than than a lot of people that get upset at.
Right, I like mystery T-shirt boxes and stuff. You know, like I'm not real picky, but I think you're right for most people.
I'm talking about headliners mostly, where
Also,
it's like
like that's fair.
Local shows. Yeah, let's get surprised.
Yeah,
I can go through 10 minutes of not liking someone versus an actor.
But yeah, well, you go.
That's the whole point I'm trying to get at. Like,
fair.
Look at if you're gonna get offended by Brian Holtzman, GOAT, in my opinion, fucking one of the great, like just off the cuff kind of dude, and I love that about him, and I love comics who do that, just off the cuff, crazy kind of shit, kind of shouting kind of shit. I love Brian Holtzman. There's not a lot of people. One of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. I was working a Tuesday show where Allison Wojcicki, her show over at Creek, when she was first getting it on Tuesdays.
Well, City. Shout out Allison.
Shout out Allison. She like Brian Holtzman, I think it was on, or it was just I think Holtzman and Friends actually. No, it was Holtzman and Friends, but still, shout out to Allison.
Yeah, Lily Titty's a staple here in the Austin.
Really fun, awesome. But outside of that, Brian Holtzman offends these like fat multicolored women there. It's like a black woman, a Mexican lady, an Asian lady, and a white lady. And then they all just come outside and we're like kind of like leaning on the stage, the outdoor stage Creek has in the patio part. And then Holtzman comes out. And I'm sitting there having a cigarette at the end because I worked that day randomly because I think Todd was out of town or sick or something like that. And I'm watching Holtzman get eventually, like the women go, "We have something to tell you." He goes, "I can outrun you." And again, these are large women, and he just runs the fuck out. "I'm gonna outrun you," and then just like because they wanted to like talk to him, like, "We have something to say to you, Mister," you know, because they didn't research.
And like cartoon,
he cartoon ran out, and he's like, "I know I can outrun you," and just runs out.
That's incredible.
He's GOAT. He's GOAT.
But yeah, no, perfect example of like, you know,
not doing your research. He is a wild trip.
Well, it's part of the reason why I named my show No Offense. Because like, we're going to a comedy show called No Offense.
You understand like the first basic level of sarcasm, then you'll probably be okay.
Yeah. If you're like, oh, we're going to this and then you get offended at a show called No Offense, it's like on you, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so I sort of have genreified myself just so I can do what I want to do and the audience will have a good time. That's not to say that I don't do well on shows that aren't like catered to my style. I don't know.
There you go.
It's usually a drinking podcast, but we're boring. So. So it's not a drinking podcast.
We could probably have a little bit of that vodka at some point if we want.
Sure, maybe in the second half.
Yeah.
So
shout out Gary from Dripping Springs Vodka. This is not sponsored. He was just really nice.
The lavender vodka is really fucking good. So you've been doing comedy, you know, kind of spotty, like different towns. You've actually done comedy in more places than I have, which I always admire about you. And Have been doing it for a long time. One of my favorite things about your style is that, and you've said it before, is that you're just trying to hold court in the back of like a barbecue.
I mean, just like I don't want to do anything political. I tried that at one point. Tried to do political.
Yeah, you've talked to me about
to access my inner Carlin when I was really into Carlin. I read like his first 2 books and had all of his specials on DVD and stuff like that. And I just dissected them, man. I speak truth to power. Now, like I'm just like I just want to try to make people laugh.
Yeah,
well, I think you have so much time. Like you can, when you're cranky and old, pull those vibes back. Probably, if you want to.
I don't really.
And then you'll have maybe more wisdom to share. Not that you don't now, but
well, my style's changed over the past year. I've done more political stuff and less one-linery stuff, and
you do more rants now too.
Yeah, a little. I do more ranty stuff. It's just I think I was getting bored a little bit, but at the same time, like I wanted to actually talk about shit, not just say 3 words, sip a beer, drop the punchline, wait for everyone to get it, tag it, and then move on. Like, and I would have chunks of like, all right, they're all pretty much one-liners, they're jokes, but for like 4 minutes, I'm going to talk about how I'm a serial killer. So it all kind of just goes back to that. Yeah.
Totally normal. Yeah.
The classics, So like, what do you think your most positive like change in comedy is, like from like when you started to like when you were starting to get actually good to like now where
I'm good.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, like because like I've seen shifts. I mean I know you really well, so I've seen your up and downs. But like for the audience, like what do you think is like where you're like, okay, I like understand how to be myself on stage, or like this is the most positive thing I've learned about.
I don't care if I bomb or not.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like if the shit doesn't work and stuff like that, just power through it, do your thing, correct it, especially if you have new material. It's almost common to just, I know you've seen me do it before when you flub a line, you just go, blah, blah, blah. Just continue on.
It's a really elegant way of dealing with that, actually. Because what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to freak out, forget all your stuff, like,
well, that was
take the rest of your set.
I would like to tell like people just starting off, here's the best thing to do. If you do a joke and you try to sell it and it doesn't sell, just go, that sucks. And then go to the next one.
Yeah.
Just automatically go to the next one. Like it shows a little bit of humility and stuff. Like a pet peeve of mine is when like I've seen it before where a comic either be too inebriated on something, either too drunk, too high, or something like that. They'll tell a joke, trying to be all like edgy but yet smart at the same time, and then no one laughs because it's like they're not selling it correctly. And they're just like, well, I guess you're not smart enough. It's like, no, we are. You just suck.
Yeah, I used to do that more.
That's a huge pet peeve of mine.
You got trashed one night, not to call you out and stuff. There was one night where you really did get trashed. He goes, I guess you're not smart enough, and I was in the back. I go, no, this sucks.
One of the worst things that you can do, I think, is belittle and demean your audience. Like you're trying to get them to laugh. It can be at you, it can be with you, but if you're like, y'all are dumb fucks, you're gonna lose them. You're not gonna.
Well, I learned that the only time that it's funny if I over-explain and gratuitously explain a joke, the only time it's funny is if they thought it was funny to begin with.
That's fair.
If they get the joke, come on, Dick Grayson. He's trying to drink my water. The cats are being menaces. But with my fat phobic joke, it works for me to gratuitously explain the joke. Because the audience usually is already getting the joke. So then I get to be this character who's like, oh, that's a joke. And everyone's like, this fucking asshole, we know. And for some reason, that's funny. But when the joke falls flat and I do the same thing with the same level of like...
It's just mean. Yeah. I have my like jokes about grammar, and then I can pause and be like, depending on how many people laugh, I can kind of be like, oh, some of you guys know grammar, or like not a big grammar crowd or something like that. And I guess that could be a little bit mean, but usually I try to present it in a nice enough way that the people who laughed are like, yes, I'm smart. The people who didn't laugh are like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Like, actually, like, I'm genuinely like a little bit explaining for your benefit so that you and mine, so that hopefully if you didn't get it, you do now. We can all laugh together.
Yeah. Another thing that I do to kind of return to Dallas's original point was if something doesn't work, I just go, all right, guys, hate the fuck out of that one.
Yeah, just acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. If it just doesn't work, acknowledge it. It'll probably like help you get laughter where they go, okay, this guy. Like I noticed it before where like I bombed on a few like first jokes and stuff. And then, I'm just like, yeah, that sucks. Sorry, guys. And it gets them on my side where it's like, okay.
That's where most of the laughter that I got
was apologizing.
For me just deprecating myself because my jokes weren't working. But then me being like, oh, you guys still like me? I'm sorry. Or whatever.
No, there's something really, really good about that. Is Audrey Scott and also Caleb Barge are two comics that Audrey would just be like, stop fucking bullying the audience, Dave, and I'd be like, no. But then
she was right.
She was right.
She was fucking right.
I started doing it a little less and being a little bit more humble on stage and not being just such that like asshole character, and it started working better. And so I like pulled her aside. I was like, yeah, you're right, and I thanked her for the advice. And then can't remember what I did, but I made fun of somebody for not getting a joke or something on stage, and Caleb was like, don't ever fucking do that again. And I was like, why? And he was like, because you were killing. And then this one person didn't get it, and it annihilated them.
There is something I will admit in your own head when it's like you see an audience liking something, but then there's one person just
Yeah.
And you're just like,
and but I learned something really powerful there is that he's like, what you do is you just either ask them what's wrong, or you go, all right, well, I don't know why you're getting this. Everybody else likes it, like talk to them in a more human way,
right? Like crowd work,
or be like, I'm glad you guys are liking this. This guy fucking hates the shit out of what I'm saying right now, and then just move on. Just acknowledge it and move on so it's not in your head. And I saw Caleb do that a couple times on stage, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah,
you can do it peacefully without being unkind.
Right, and you can just address it so it's not like eating away at your brain while you're trying to do your set. Is that this guy fucking doesn't care for me at all. All right, but to the jokes.
If you do it well enough, I think that you can make that funny too, without being too mean to that.
I've turned people since then. I've turned audience members since then. And I've also since then seen Caleb try to turn audience members like that, and they're like,
no. Well, it's not always going to work. Sometimes somebody got dragged there, they don't want to be there, or they're one of the people that didn't realize what they were signing up for.
Like the no offense, it was that guy Drew that fucked Sally. Caleb was trying to get on his side and was just poking fun at him, and he was not. Caleb was just like.
Do you think he picked on him so much on the fact that he thought he was gay or something like that, to the point where he felt like he needed to fuck Celia? He was like, well, I need to fuck a lady tonight.
I don't know, but it's funny to think
queen.
That's true.
I know she's a queen. No, I didn't mean it like that. But he's just like, I'm going to find someone to fuck tonight. Like,
yeah, I gotta prove I'm not gay.
I think he was taking it more in stride than Caleb realized. I think he just wasn't giving back the kind of energy that
Caleb
was expecting or looking for.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting right next to him, and he wasn't. He was a couple of times like a little confused because he was like, oh yeah, because I'm wearing shorts. What? And then Caleb just kept going on, and he's like, what are you talking about? I think he was more just kind of confused than anything.
One of my favorite performances of Caleb's, because I don't think we need to drag Drew into this whole thing. I just, whatever.
We'll put this out. We'll edit it out in post.
We won't.
Our guy, our editor,
yeah. Our producers, yeah.
Jamie, pull that
up. No, one of my favorite performances of Caleb was when he just talked to that kid Timothy the whole time.
I wasn't there for that one.
Oh my goodness, it was.
I think I was working at Creek when it was going on.
The only reason that worked, I think, and wasn't awful for everyone is because he was surrounded by friends who thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And they were obviously having a night together. If it had just been him
Timothy
or like
himself
him in a
was
date,
not
it would have
very
been
into the situation. But his friends were just like crying, laughing. And he was just like, all right, I'm going to leave you alone. What's your name? Mike. He's like, that's not as funny. I got to talk to Timothy again. And it just was hilarious. And then I went up and I just mostly did my set, but I talked to him a little bit. I was like, all right, to start off by asking, who the fuck's Timothy? He was like, me. And I was like, I'm not going to talk to you the whole show. I'm going to talk to you a little bit, but not the whole thing. And I thought about just releasing, I have the audio recording of that set. I thought about just releasing it on like Spotify as a standalone hour because I forgot to turn off my recorder. So then I did like a half hour of material, and then it just recorded like a half hour of me like going into the green room, talking to the comics, and then going out and talking to Timothy, and then inviting them to the after party.
You need to post your birthday one. That one was a train wreck.
I don't think that one's ever going to see the light of day.
That needs to see the light of day.
I think
you like snuff films? You'll love this.
Oh god,
There's no murder, just boobs.
Yeah, I had him edit the boobs out in case I wanted to post it, and then Caleb was like, "I do not want my set posted," and
you was too drunk to pay attention.
I asked everybody else if they wanted their sets, and I was like, "Sure," and I sent them all their sets, but then when I don't think any of them posted them because it was so insane and off the rails. Like the moment titties came out, like no one was listening to a single joke. It was just wild.
That was like halfway through because I got there right after the first comic.
Yeah, but also like we had, and she's a nice lady or whatever, but she was trashed. She was so drunk and continued to drink.
A lot of people in the audience, I mean, I'm not saying that is a good or okay or professional thing to do.
Yeah.
But a lot of the audience was real drunk too.
Yes.
I mean, at the same time, the comics.
So they're like, woo!
But as a comic, like it's you're not going to get the completely beyond trashed every time, unless that's just your demographic.
Yeah.
That's just who you. But still, when you're coming up, before you find that demographic of fucked up people to perform in front of, like you're going to go through. Or not everybody's going to be that trashed. But
also, even if you do have that demographic, I think as an entertainer. I mean, we've seen people over the years who had a lot, like massive drug and alcohol problems who would do great. But I think you do better if you are not totally messed up because you're more in control of yourself. You don't forget your material.
You could think 2 to 3 steps ahead.
Yeah. You don't get marble mouth. The pocket for me is like I have 2 drinks and then I bring like a drink on stage. 2 to 3 drinks and then a drink on stage. Like that's like in the pocket for me because I give a little bit less of a fuck, but I still can like remember my set and know where I'm going and stuff. Also, like 4 drinks is not very much for me. Yeah. But I notice if I go over that, if I have like more than 4 drinks, then it starts to get a little not so tight, not so good. So, I don't know. That's like my sweet spot. I can also do comedy sober. It's not like I need to be in.
How much have you done sober?
A lot.
Like no drinks.
Yeah, for years I wouldn't drink at all when I did stand up. I would only drink like after.
It was like a celebration or nothing.
Yeah, most of the time I was doing comedy in Philly. I wouldn't do anything before I went on stage. I wouldn't smoke weed. I wouldn't drink at all. Like when I hosted for David Cross, I'm sober. When I hosted for Shane Gillis and Big J in Helium, I was sober. They tried to get me to take Molly. I was like, no.
They did that to a comic. Big J did when he came into town. They're like,
it's like his favorite thing in the world to do. I don't know why.
He did it to his host, who Rebecca knew as a comic in town. I don't know if I want to say her name or something like that, but it's a female comic.
Yeah. You don't got it.
And somebody had to help her out by like babying her and stuff like that, just to help her out. Because like when Big J is like you think Big J big timer or something like that. Like he's a very relatively famous comic guy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. He's like, offer you drugs. Like, oh, I don't want to be a stick in the mud. It's like, no, be a stick in the mud. Don't be fucking around with Jay.
Well, I mean,
he does potent shit.
He was like, what are you, some kind of pussy? And I was like, yeah, tonight I'm a pussy. Yeah, well, sure.
People don't know that. I feel like also women tend to be a little bit more like, well, they'll either be like, fuck off.
Well, I mean, Shane was like, you didn't take the Molly, good for you, bro. It's like, thanks. He was like, I took the Molly my first time and it was not good.
It was not good.
Yeah. So
it's like a weird prank to play on people.
Well, it's like to see what you're made of kind of a thing. So, I
hate that. I hate that.
I think it's weird too.
Distasteful.
But for some reason, those Legion skanks, Sorry Shafir guys,
what kind of a gauntlet? Hilarious. Like, just like, I don't know, have a normal conversation with somebody. Don't try to trick somebody into doing drugs.
Because I knew, like, I was like nervous, so I didn't have like anything in my stomach, and so like I knew I would be like 5 minutes into my set or something, and they'd be like, "Oh, why am I talking about dead babies? Like,
that's so
everything's beautiful." It would have fucked up my whole shit. But yeah, I don't know. So like, it wasn't until right before the pandemic that I started drinking before I would do comedy. And then for probably the first like 6 or 7 months that I was in Austin, I wouldn't have more than one drink before I went up on stage. Because I was just like too nervous to fuck up because I was in a whole new scene trying to make something of myself. That's when I started getting booked and stuff. I was like, some drinks. and
bathroom real quick.
Take a little break.
Yeah, we'll be right back with more Dallas Irvin. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. All right. Cool. So, what do you think of this? No, I'm just joking. But one of the things that I did want to talk to you about is that something me and you have been talking about, like off camera, off stage, is, sort of how other scenes have been kind of turning on the Rogan sphere. And people like, Mark Maron, Anthony Jeselnik have been kind of calling, who are, ostensibly the gatekeepers of the upper levels of the scene here. Out for, one, not being that funny, and two, for sort of pulling the ladder up behind them so that they can stay on the top. And I just kind of wanted to discuss that with you a little bit, because that's something that we've been talking about. And you turned me onto this YouTuber, was it the Elephant Graveyard?
Yes.
That did...
Because a comic told me Kill Tony signups. Because I made it there too late, but I just wanted to cheer on if someone got on that I know that I want to do good. And I think Pete Garza got on, and I was rooting for him and stuff. I like Pete Garza. He's a good guy. He doesn't like it when I play with his love handles, but who does?
That's fair.
Yeah, I love playing with love handles. But the whole thing is, like, my whole viewpoint on it has changed, where I thought I was crazy thinking about it before this came out, where... shit, we were mentioning it before, like Mark Pugh, the buddy, dude, the really funny comment that you said, like, moved back. I thought you meant Lafayette. I was like, I know a Mark that came here and visited and moved back, but outside of that, like, yeah, Mark Pugh from my scene from Shreveport, the dude's building up something good, and he called out, he goes, a lot of dick suckers here. And if you're a dick sucker, you're gonna like the Shreveport scene. Or you're gonna like the Austin comedy scene.
Yeah. Like. Which is an interesting thing because, I felt similar. I've done fairly well here. But at the same time, like, I'm not booked out, like, my bookings are getting less and less. I did have to get surgery, so I'm not.
Give yourself some grace.
Giving myself a little grace because, I had some,
and what we're talking about the dick sucking part is not really biggest part of the entire scene. Like, you know, the bar shows and maybe the shows at like the green room and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like you gotta suck Ty's dick or anything like that, verbally speaking. For it, we're talking about like the upper echelons, like the big clubs here outside of Creek and Cave, because Rebecca Trent is a queen bitch. And I mean that with all love and respect. She is mama bear. She sees through the bullshit. Shit, she was the one who gave Shane Gillis and Mark Norman their first chances, and Michael Che came through Creek back in New York and stuff like that. So like that's probably the only club I can see, major club, because there's like what, 4 of them,
4 major ones, 4 or 5.
I'll even put Roscoe's in there, where it's like, you know, not really like dick suckery there.
No, I don't care for how they've been booking. It's mostly just because I haven't booked there anymore. But
at least you're honest.
Yeah. Yeah,
but outside of that, it's
I feel like they're fantastic at booking. You know? Let's be real.
Pulling your own trunk. They're just great.
The best
great, best comedy club. But
no, I still love that room. I just wish I got more work there. That's all.
Yeah, it's a great room. Go check out Roscoe's. It's like 90 people in there. Feels like it's 900.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, it's a great room.
But yeah, Creek, and I would even say Roscoe's, kind of some of the other ones. It's almost like it's this like high school boys club kind of thing.
Yeah, it's exclusive. It feels really gatekeepery and exclusive. Yeah.
Velveeta Room, I'm gonna go ahead and mention is
Vel.
Yeah,
shout out to Vel. Vel's, you know, proud to say it's my home club. You know, like I still hate Pat.
But that's like an Austin.
I would still like more booking, but
that's an Austin staple and stuff like that. Like so, that's different than the ones that I kind of refer to, like the ones that kind of came up.
Oh yeah,
in the past few years.
The recent
past few years outside of like Roscoe's and Creek and stuff, but yeah, the Rogan Sphere guys would like it's a thing where they had their moment, but now, like we've said before, anti-woke is becoming woke. Like it's the new woke. Like now, if anything, and I 100% believe this. I can't remember who said it. I think it was like Cal Kinane. Cal Kinane said it, where he goes. He was talking about Lavelle Crawford's joke that was not pro-Trump, but just talk about how we had the first black president, and he was the first one. That was the first quote-unquote black president, because he made fun of Obama a little bit. And it's like, we got a real one in the office, man. He checked his wife at the inauguration and stuff. Like, it's a beautiful thing. And Lavelle Crawford's one of my favorite comics, like, alive right now. And Cal Kinane mentioned that on, like, an interview. I think it was You Made It Weird with Pete Holmes. And he said, he goes, whatever the modern culture is, you almost have to go against it sometimes as a comic. And now that it's anti-woke, you kind of have to go... Not necessarily go woke, but just be like...
You have to give it pushback.
Give it pushback. Give it a little pushback of whatever the culture... That's what we have to do, I think, as comics, to give a little pushback on that.
Well, yeah, it's
part of... a little stuck in... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go for it.
I think we get a little stuck in... And it's a very natural way to think, because it's the simplest way from point A to point B, black to white, single line gradient. So you're saying, like, oh, it doesn't have to be woke to go against anti-woke. Why don't we add in another dimension? It could be something else.
Well, yeah.
So then you can satirize. Maybe you can satirize both, especially the most common one.
Well, I think that's
from another direction, because then otherwise you just go back and forth on this line, and that's
because
not doing anybody any good.
Yeah,
because who I think is probably the best comic alive right now, and doesn't get much appreciation, was who I mentioned with Kyle Kinane, like. Trampoline in a Ditch. I think go check it out on Spotify if you guys want to. This is also for y'all too. It's a very fun. I think it was 2022 when he released it. Where it's just like he's pleasant. He's funny. Like you know, challenging culture norms and stuff like that is one thing. But I mean by that is like you don't have to sit there and just go, I hate cancel culture. Well, maybe like you suck.
We just need comedy that's
funny,
not based on outrage as much.
True.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Because I mean,
you know, when everybody, like Trump's first presidency, I'd been doing comedy a couple of years, and I didn't really have a take on it because everybody was talking about it, and it didn't seem interesting to me.
I never did one, man, until like I think I just like met since he won the second time around, and plus like he's involved with not releasing the Epstein files.
Yeah,
and so, but outside of that, like Nate refused to it too, just because I was like, even like major comics who I respected and was influenced with, like, I'm not trying to call them out by anything, but even Patton Oswalt, he had 2 specials where at least half of it was anti-Trump jokes. And I was like, dude, we get it. But at the same time, I do believe what Bill Burr says. I should not know your political opinion.
Right. Yeah.
I should not know what your political opinion is as a comic.
It should be a genre also, just like political comedy. But
Bill Maher is kind of the one who kind of created, I would say, somewhat created that.
Bill Maher, Jon Stewart, yeah.
Yeah. I've been really liking Jon Stewart lately.
I always thought he was good. I thought it was a little, whatever. I think he's doing great work. But it's strange. And also the thing that I wanted to do with my bits is that I wanted them to be evergreen. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted them to always be funny, not just funny in this current political.
It's really hard to make political comedy be evergreen.
Yeah.
Even like, there's a lot of George Carlin stuff that is still really good. Yeah. But then there's stuff where it's like, I don't know who, like, I'd have to look up who he's talking about.
Right, because it's from 20 years ago or whatever. And so that's a trap that I tried to avoid. And also to your point, Dallas, is it really that funny if everybody's doing those kind of jokes?
Exactly.
It's just part of the
and that's the thing where it's
climate.
I mean, Shane Gillis mentioned this where there's like a clip of him on Matt and Shane's secret podcast where he's just like, it's like, yeah, I'm at the mothership and I see you all the time. And it's like, wow, you're using that word?
Everybody's saying it. Every act is saying it.
Every act is saying it.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be, I think he's probably referring to the word retarded.
Probably.
Where, like, it's like, oh, this is retarded, this retarded thing, and you do retarded stuff.
Yeah, it's getting, like, I have one joke where I say that word, but it's getting to the point where, like, I don't even want to say it anymore because it's so beat over the head. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it was one of those like anti-PC things where it was like, okay, we can't say this anymore. The original reason was like intended to be good and nice, whatever. People get mad about that. And they're like, what if we actually can say it, we're just going to say it a lot. And look how edgy we are. You can't tell us what to do. It's like, how compelling is that actually?
Yeah.
How much longevity does that have?
Well, you want to know what that is causing? There's a reputation for Austin when it's not like it really disturbed me. For as many Austin comics as I have seen here in Austin, that like we're known as like
the place where you can
like
say wherever the fuck you. It's like, well, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want as long as it's funny at the end of the day.
But also, like, is that really what
you want to be?
What you have to say? Is it like misogyny and the R word and like all this like pseudo racist stuff? Like, is that really? Yeah. Is that all you've got?
Well, that's part of
I don't like that reputation either. I think it's because there's so much more.
It's getting a reputation only because of like 2 spots in the town where like if some people would actually go and explore Austin a little bit, they would try to find the green room and stuff. But granted, green room I would say is a local spot for local people to go watch local comedy. But I would suggest anybody coming through that is like a comedy fan, like check out Creek in the Cave, Roscoe's, of course, Mothership, Sunset Strip, but also right across the street in our bar where they're putting on stuff and doing great stuff. Maggie Mays, where Velv.
Yeah,
Velv. All of these are walking distance away if you don't mind, like especially from where Roscoe's at. But like, you can't have too many comedy clubs close to where like the tweakers like to do their interpretive dances and stuff.
I don't know. Just I see so many, and I've said this a million times, but I see so many phenomenal comics that aren't getting booked, that don't have like.
There is a gatekeeper thing, but it's also like it's more about. I think there's a certain amount of comics that like fame more than being a good comic.
Oh boy, isn't that true?
You know what I mean, boy?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing I really wanted to talk about the Austin comedy scene is that like,
because there's a lot of great-hearted people, like amazing people,
fucking murderers, man, absolute killers.
Outside of that, just good people too, but like again, they're not getting.
He's a fucking murderer. He's a goddamn gorilla on stage. He's a fucking.
Yeah.
It's Nick from Comtown's fucking impression of Joe Rogan. Oh my God, he's an animal. He's an ape.
But watch out for stools. He's going to hump them.
Yes. Oh man. But everybody's got their fucking style and their thing and whatever. If it gets laughs, it gets laughs. But if I see another 50-year-old man hump a stool, I'm gonna lose my gosh.
I'm gonna get pregnant.
It's like I don't know. You know what it feels like? It feels like somebody trying to do like edgy stuff that was kind of like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that in like 2001, but now,
In a weird way, yes, but like at the end of the day, I'm just trying to focus on myself. I don't give a flying fuck about anybody. I just want to make someone laugh, and I'm trying to not use filler words or fat, as we call it. Like cut the fat, like taking out the word like, cursing for the sake of cursing. Like, is it necessary for you to say fuck 87 times in a joke?
Yeah.
Never, almost
never. I mean, if there may be that one comic out there, but then it's like the influence of like certain shows that are filmed here that also it's not even about comedy anymore. Like stand up specifically, it's
it's about spectacle.
It's about spectacle and stuff like that. Which now it's like, there's nothing neither wrong or bad about. Like, there's a lot of people who are characters. Like, they're doing characters in a way instead of like stand up, and that's why I think it's mostly being known for and stuff like that. Like here in Austin too, where it's like create a character or something like that, and do your thing. Which
it's a spelling character. I've seen some really good. Mostly at Mike's. But yeah,
shout out Tony Pepperoni. He's doing it right, I think.
Well, I mean, he got his comeuppance on Kill Tony, which really helped him out. Which I'm so grateful that he got it because I'm very proud of him. He's got Green Room coming up. I think it's September 13th. I don't know when this is gonna like air, but if it's before September 13th, go check out Tony Pepperoni and friends at the Green Room in Austin. He's amazing because he created just a goofy, silly character.
To showcase his one-liners.
This showcases one-liners, then he became the character, and I love one of the funniest moments I've ever seen in an open mic was him he goes, oh, okay, I've just been doing this for like 3 years because I just wanted an outlet for my one-liners.
Yeah. I was only supposed to do this character.
He's like, oh, but then it's been 3 years. It was only supposed to be like 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah. And he's stuck in it now.
And then he created a character that people like too much. Yeah. Good stuff.
And then I like it when he still does the same Tony Pepperoni voice for like the other ones because he has one called Tyrone Watermelon.
All right, for the rest, go see him. But yeah, I don't
know if he does that bit anymore because Tyrone Watermelon, but he just does it as a Tony Pepperoni voice.
Yeah, he didn't used to just do the Tony Pepperoni. Oh, it's good stuff. That makes me laugh.
Love you, Anthony. I'm quite happy for him. Different comics who've like gotten their opportunity and shined on Kill Tony and stuff. Don't know what that's about.
Yeah, well, I got a little boost.
Because I watched the episode, it was good stuff. It was very fun.
Yeah, I didn't become an overnight success, but I've done well. Again, I don't have a vagina, and I'm at least a straight presenting white guy with good jokes. So, no, just like we don't get opportunities anymore. So, oh geez. Okay, well, fuck talking about comedy anymore. Should we just plow through, get to conspiracy theories?
This is great content. We should just keep doing that for a while.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean?
Conspiracy theories?
Is there any new ones that you're like really like excited about?
What, the conspiracy theories? Mm-hmm. Really, the only conspiracy that I am concerned with right now is finding out who's fucking kids in our government. That's really the main thing.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's not a conspiracy theory anymore. It's like
It's just
we have a list. It's just they're just like now.
Yeah.
Now. This is the exclusive list.
Those
You can have it. I mean, you can't have it. I mean, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. I mean, why are we still talking about it?
Playing Baccarat on Epstein's Island. And shuffleboard. With the Towel Boys.
Oh, God.
I like to think that there's one, like experienced kid who is like forced to have sex with some of these leaders of America where just like, man, Tom Hanks could throw it down. Leader of China? Definitely. Dude, like, little Tyler, dude. It's like getting my temperature taken versus like Tom Hanks. I was shouting Wilson. He's on the list, by the way.
Oh my God. That's fucking phenomenal.
I have a sort of piggybacking on that conspiracy theory. That's not really, and I don't really think that it's a conspiracy theory, but I've just been watching some videos about like the fashion industry, the pageant industry, like modeling, all of that. Pretty much, there's people that tie those things together. One of whom is Trump. Oops. Did I say that? Where it's like, these girls, they're not women, they're girls being exploited and, in exchange for things like, you can have career opportunities, but they'll take these teenage girls to other countries where it's like, there's a lot of fashion here, but there's also a lot of perverts. And now you are thousands of miles away from your family. Mm-hmm. You are financially dependent on people who are not paying you what you're worth. Your living conditions aren't great, and you're being told that these opportunities that you get if you do X, Y, Z. Mm-hmm. And I think it all ties together in this. And I don't know why nobody's talking about that, because linking all that together, those things are, I guess.
Well, also the music industry.
It's Justin Bieber got raped for baby. God damn.
Yeah, for baby.
It's just
that's where they
right? No, stop. No.
Hey, diddy.
We've done it. We've gotten Stevie to leave the podcast. Oh, that's good stuff. No, the Diddy thing is what I was going to say is crazy to tie it into, because it's like, we got this guy dead for rights, right?
The only thing was get tried for prostitution, man. He must have some pull that we don't know.
I think that he must be linked in at least with some of the people that are probably on the Epstein list. Because
100%.
To be able to like just get that all just brushed right under the rug.
Do you think he did a thing where it was like he like knew about the whole list and he straight up told him, he was like, oh no, I'm gonna let this shit fly. I'm gonna let your district attorneys know who's been fucking who on the thing. Like if he got convicted fully, where he's like, okay, I'm just opening up the floodgates.
Blackmail is a huge part of all of
this. But that wasn't a thing at all. Yeah.
Right.
With P. Diddy, with the pageants.
You saw that video that I sent you about the guy who used to, I wish I could remember his name, who did he would expose corruption in like public television. He was a like reporter, broadcaster.
Yeah, he was a public access reporter.
And that cop was the last one to.
Oh, the cop that he beat the shit out of him 4 separate times for him criticizing him and finding all this crazy stuff about him. And
he was the last one to share a cell with, like when
with Jeffrey Epstein.
Epstein still had a cell partner.
Yeah, and he had mob connections.
And then he had the same lawyer that Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
So, but
these people
nothing to see here. It's
these people don't know each other.
Aliens exist.
That's a conspiracy that I actually think is kind of fun.
You want me to nuke Iran? Will that get them to stop talking about it? So that I think is a conspiracy theory that is not really a theory. It's just,
I think conspiracy theory, I can't remember the exact origin of the term, but it was created to discredit people who were saying,
calling out the CIA.
Yeah.
That's what it was created for. Yeah. I'm trying to think of. I think it was MK Ultra specifically. They were like, "Well, that's just the conspiracy theory." Turns out it was just the thing they were doing. You know.
But if you can make people think that people who are saying stuff that's disruptive are crazy, then you can keep doing what you're doing for
yeah. Just got to trust the science. Just got to believe in the science.
Okay, well, all right.
Because science isn't based on facts or evidence, so you don't worry about that. Just believe.
Oh, I see. You're talking about the rhetoric.
Yeah, obviously you don't have to believe science. It's proven to you.
Right.
Yeah. But they're not going to show you the evidence that proves you a thing and just tell you to believe in it.
Well, people don't have science literacy.
Yeah, so just show the evidence. Explain it. If you're saying for sure that this thing is a fact or whatever.
Yeah.
Show me. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But no, you can't question. Aliens. Go back to aliens. Sure.
I don't know what the latest is, but I mean, they are pretty much like.
I don't know. I think they might be interdimensional beings and more than just like a dude with an antenna or something.
Have you guys ever seen anything weird like that?
I've seen, because I told you the story about Ellaby Road Middle School.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I told you about that. I've seen paranormal stuff once.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen any lights in the sky or anything like that. And I've been in visiting family in New Mexico where they have a ranch where it's no humidity and I'm trying to come on, let me say something. And nothing. Nothing. I've never seen it. I think it's the aliens are just like a chick. It's no, I gotta work for it. You gotta work for it, dude.
Oh, they're playing hard to
get. You're not tall enough to figure out
yeah, I don't know. Aliens is kind of like a whatever thing for me. Sure.
True.
Yeah.
Y'all wasn't big enough into X-Files or something. I don't know what's.
I like the X-Files. I mean, I like the show and stuff like that. I had my moment, but then you get high in your mid-20s and watch enough Ancient Aliens marathons, and you're just the History Channel's going down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, it's I don't know. Again, I don't believe one thing one way or the other. I haven't had any personal experience.
Excuse me, we found out kid fuckers run our government. Aliens can be on the back burner real quick.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, here's an interesting question: is how do you think this whole thing plays out with the kid fuckers and the government? And
either it's going to get released and it's going to destabilize a lot of world governments for the good of humanity, or it's just going to be another celebrity scandal that's so outrageous, like the Diddy thing. It's another football player pulls a Michael Vick, but instead of dog fighting, he's actually making love to the dogs. That's probably going to any kind of shit that they're gonna have.
Love to the dogs.
He gives them kibble. Fucking candlelit dinner. Gives them dog safe chocolates at the end. You're making love at that point.
Oh my god.
How would you fuck something after you treated it right like that?
Impurity.
I was raised a Southern gentleman. But some celebrity scandal is really legitimately going to be the main thing that's going to take away over eventually. Which is we'll just accept the fact that kid fuckers run our government.
Yeah.
Because the fact that they said that's why I'm still working it on stage. Why I wrote the joke where it's just I set it up as the government admits that aliens exist and stuff like that, and it's introduced hell in the next 10 months we could possibly actually have alien contact teasing us with the carrot right in front of our face, and we're just who's fucking kids in our government? That'll destabilize it. That's a lot.
That's too many.
What if they both happen at the same time and the files come out? Oh, what if the aliens give us the files?
The aliens release the files.
Some Martians.
See, we can make it.
See, this is. I'm into it.
Hey guys, we exist, but we're extra dimensional beings. And also, here's who's fucking kids in your government and your entertainment.
Yeah, that would be a good way to ingratiate themselves to us right off the bat.
Yeah, we'd immediately be like, you guys can start running everything if you want.
Here's a conspiracy I actually do think. Trump is actually definitely on the list, which is almost not a conspiracy because he's been on the list.
Yeah.
I think someone like said something like that, but like I think the conspiracy is like he's not wanting to release it because like he's definitely on it. He probably tried to talk the whole hype up with the Epstein list thing to do like a little smoke grenade going, yeah, we're gonna get the list and I'm gonna be off.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I think.
Which I still think that
that's why he preached it so much.
And the Democratic Party didn't release it. It's because a lot of them are on it too.
Well, yeah,
and somebody else on staff. Otherwise, like they would just redact it and then release it just to make the other side look bad. Some third party has to have the whole thing. It's like if you release a redacted part of it, that would be the coolest option. But my money goes on Israel. I think the Israeli government has the unredacted thing, and if somebody releases a piecemeal list, they're just going to release everything and fuck everybody. Except they probably won't because probably Israeli and government officials are also on it. So,
well, they'll probably more than likely just sacrifice those particular government officials to the what they consider the greater good and stuff like that.
It's the problem with trying to root any kind of this sort of thing out is because people who are in a lot of power, have a lot of money, don't want to give it up. So if they can put it on one guy, you can just, instead of actually rooting out the problem.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is what they did with Snowden.
Person. Instead of actual change.
Julian Assange.
Mm-hmm. They just were like, oh, these guys are the problems rather than addressing the stuff that they leaked and exposed. And, it's like, but they don't have like a good one person to pin it on. They thought they could just do it by killing Epstein. And
that didn't work.
It didn't work. They thought they could just be like, there's actually nothing to see here. That didn't work. They were like, well, we'll talk to the other perjuring pedophile and make sure that she says that Donald Trump's okay. And everyone's like, yeah, we don't believe her either. That's just, I don't know. I think we have to not let the story die. We have to.
We really,
that's what the victims are saying.
Yeah.
And those are the people who should be listened to the most. They're like,
but no, we're not talking about it to protect them.
Right. And meanwhile, the victims are like, we didn't ask for that. I mean, like, yeah, don't release whatever footage or whatever.
Yeah,
obviously,
don't show child pornography to the world.
You can expose these people without hurting us. That will help us.
Someone's gonna have to watch it, though. Someone's definitely gonna have to watch it and go, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, guillotine.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be traumatized. Someone's gonna have to be traumatized.
How difficult is it to be like, all right, that's a child, that's a grown man fucking the child. Just cut out the picture of his face. How difficult is that? Oh, screenshot it, crop it to the guy's face. I could do this. And I'm willing to take on the difficult job.
I mean, you got first-hand experience.
I can assure you, I do not enjoy it at all. It's not a fun thing for me, but I will do it for the good of the country and the good of the world. I'll be the dude.
Why do we got 4 gallons of lotion going to Dave's?
Oh, jeez.
You disgust.
It's only if it's funny. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. There's a new conspiracy theory that the development of AI is going as quickly as it is, so that they can do like another pandemic or global kind of like calling of the herd situation, and most of like.
Well, we're doing it ourselves by not procreating.
Yeah, well, there's that too. Because I mean, it's like who wants to put a kid into this fucking climate and world where, like, they get talented and do anything, they might get fucked.
Yeah.
They might just get fucked anyway. If they're cute, they might get fucked. The whole thing's
fucked.
But yeah, so that, like, pretty much all of the menial jobs can just be done by AI. And
It could just be so cool, though. It doesn't have to be sinister, like culling of the herd. They could just use all the money that we save to make there be a universal basic income so that people can do other stuff.
could
Buy $500
It could just be cool. It doesn't have to be this sinister bullshit.
it could. However, based on who's already running shit, seems more likely to me that they're gonna just try to retain all that power and wealth and just you know what I mean?
There's a certain book that I read, one of my roommates, my buddy Caleb, that helped me move here to Austin, read. It's called COVID-19, The Great Reset. And it was by Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab.
Yeah.
His dad was an SS officer back in the day, and he's the leader of the World Economic Forum. And he wrote a book about how at one point he calls us eaters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's
Just eaters,
Unproductive
consumers,
eaters.
and how they want to by 2030. It was like in 2016 that they did this, but people called them out later on. They used to have a video on the World Economic Forum that said, "You'll own nothing and be happy."
Yep.
You'll own nothing and be happy. Don't tell me. First of all, tell me if you're not gonna let me own shit. Don't tell me what my fucking emotions are gonna be. I would like to own some shit. To have it in mine. There's many like it, but this one's mine.
It's going that way, though. I mean, movies, music, like.
Dude, it might be illegal to own a physical copy of a DVD soon. And soon as in like the next 20, 30 years.
Well, I mean, like the gaming industry is already doing things that
gaming and porn is the same way too. You can't get no physical copies of porn anymore. It's all downloadable.
Yeah, and also like after a while, a gaming company, even though you bought the game, will just be like, we're not going to do have the servers work anymore. There was no way to get a physical copy of it, so that game's just gone. You paid for it.
Just lost to the ether, which is I do not like. That's why I'm like kind of anti-gaming now.
Well, thankfully, there is huge amounts of the community pushing back against that.
Well, yeah, gamers we might be dorks, but we're hard-headed dorks.
Yeah.
So you're going to take us, you may take us down.
Well, and we're good at
this is Sparta
and stuff, yeah. So gamers will fucking go full anonymous on motherfuckers. That's true. Sometimes for the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes for the very wrong things.
Well, but also it's just the fact that physical medium where media and stuff where you can actually I own a copy. Versus my streaming service just took away. Like I was telling Stevie, I watched Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to watch it one more time again right before watch Weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a great movie, but it was the last day of it. It was the last time we hung out. That was the last day they shown it. September 1st. You can't now.
You have no, even though you pay for a service, you have no right to that particular thing unless you buy it. But even if you
they can still take it off their platform at any time. Yeah.
Well, that's why it's like
there's digital degradation and stuff like that.
Well, also I suggest just people in general is just illegally download your stuff on a hard drive. You could just this gets me in trouble. Fuck it. Just
allegedly.
You should manage.
The views of our guests are not condoned officially by
the obvious
yeah. But still, it's just torrent the shit. That's just, seriously.
Well, torrenting's getting weird too because now it's all web-based browser. You can't even download the actual program anymore.
Yeah, it's getting to that because I haven't torrented since the early 2010s. Was when I got the entirety of American Dad on flash drive at one point, and then Rocket Power and Hey Arnold. I had all the Disney and different cartoons that I liked and stuff.
Not Nintendo,
Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, it's I don't trust the way it's going to. That's the reason why I don't like AI. Where
do you think it ends in a bloody revolution?
It might end in the biblical apocalypse.
So,
okay.
Revelations, baby.
Take literally, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if there's some people that this is another weird conspiracy theory that I think is fascinating. There's some people that believe that COVID was the rapture.
Oh, fuck.
There's some
Jehovah's Witnesses are right. Out of 8 billion people, only a couple million. I was like, ugh.
Well, but the wild thing to me with that is like,
I got something to tell my mom and dad then.
who got raptured? It's wild. Like, it's mostly just
A lot of fat people.
It's mostly fat people and old people.
And old people.
People with chronic conditions.
Yeah.
Immunocompromised.
So
people.
maybe the sick are the closest to God or something. You know?
Maybe.
Maybe our whole purpose is just to consume and get really fat.
This is a theology podcast now, it sounds like.
It's a weird thing, and I don't believe this, but it is like fascinating to me that someone was like, well, we must be the people that are left. We're living in the end times now because COVID was the rapture.
It does.
It didn't even kill any people. Hey,
things in the last couple of years have been
we got the bread loaf.
Pretty like
end times-esque.
Yeah.
You can't drink.
I mean, I don't know about like biblical end times, but there's stuff that if
celebrity appearance. The camera's up a little too high to see his buckle. Oh, almost there.
You want me to pick him up and show him the ball?
No, Patreon. Come on.
The viewers have seen. We don't have a fucking Patreon. We're not that organized.
I was making a joke.
That's for Patreon.
Yeah.
But what were you saying?
Well, just
before we get
I've heard people say this also. It's not like an original idea, but like any of the things that happen in the news in a given week now are like if you had said it back in like 2010 to somebody, they're like, "Hey, look at all this stuff that happened this week." They'd be like, "What the is going on? What's that? Really? That?" And now it's just like bam, 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 every day, all the time. So crazy that we're just like, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, weird.
We've been
aliens?
desensitized to it.
Oh, weird. Because you cannot stay. You have to become desensitized, or you would go
insane.
Nuts.
Become Alex Jones.
To be honest, I'm kind of retarded.
No, I think that's a guy who is a really positive, talented, like investigatory journalist who just saw so far past the curtain that it made him lose his fucking mind. And then he just started thinking everything must be fake. And just lost his nerve.
His dad was a CIA operative, so it could be the fact that he's a CIA plant too himself.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, but it's crazy that
they got grifters at Sandy Hook.
Or he got dosed or something.
Yeah, he may have gotten MK Ultra.
But do you guys ever think about like maybe there's a reason that everybody's saying that everything is fake now?
Oh, it's
fake news. You can't trust, scientists. You can't trust professors. You can't trust anybody. You can't trust anything.
Like in a way, I agree with them, but still, you know what you can trust? Is when you open your door and go have a cigarette outside, is that you can have a good conversation with friends or just chill with yourself.
Yeah,
we become so
maybe get a little more grounded.
We need to get a little bit more grounded. Legitly, like not to quote some of the guys out there, but like touch grass. Legitly.
Yeah.
Go out, find something you're into, whether it be like painting outdoors or
that's
something like that, or physical activity that you like.
Yeah. I think that the best way to affect the world is to change yourself.
Well, and your community. That's another thing.
Well, it ripples out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I've been thinking way more about fitness because of this fucking guy who works out all the time. Lost a bunch of weight and got a whole mustache now.
I went from a lesbian to the dad that stepped up. I'm so happy. And yeah, you're gonna hear that on stage, folks.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But yeah, it's like a weird thing. I don't know if it gets better without a bloody revolution. I don't know that it does. And that sucks because I just want to drink beer with my friends and tell them that baby jokes to watch.
It even gets better all the time with a bloody revolution. Like it will seem like it's going to for a while, and sometimes kind of.
Well, sometimes you gotta clean out all the shit from the shit house, and then you know what I mean. it's a sort of natural thing that happens, and it's repeated itself all through our history.
It's like a hoarder who cleans out their garage. Like, it's good for you. But like, I think something else needs to be changed, or else the garage is just going to fill back up. You know what I mean?
No. It's like that hoarder lady that like kept her poop in the buckets. I'm not gonna poop in buckets. Yeah, no, I gotta poop in buckets.
And then
she kept on pooping in buckets. By the way.
Well, and that's the other problem too, is that it's like, all right, well, if we just we figure out everybody that's on the list, we publicly execute them. And we're like, you politicians and the Hollywood folk,
don't do that.
We can't be doing that anymore. See what we did to them.
Also, we could save money by not paying them too. It's a civil service what you're doing. Yes, you will get a chance, a thing where you could go to like a congressman's grocery store where it's like, hey, cool, let me get my food and stuff like that I want and have a place to live and stuff. But I do not believe they should be allowed to be paid.
Interesting.
They shouldn't be getting a salary. Sorry.
Not at all. Not
it
even
should
like
be
a base.
civil thing. You are having a place to live. You will even, and you can use that for the tax dollars, and we'll save way more tax dollars because guess who pays their thing is our tax dollars.
Yep.
And it's a ridiculous amount of money.
Nobody in power is going to want that change, so it would have to be a part of this rooting out.
There's a take on
a good idea.
Subway takes that I thought was.
They'll have housing. Really they'll have chances to get their clothing and food and stuff. But your job is to help run this motherfucker and make sure my tax dollars actually goes to good shit.
Yeah, there's a take on Subway takes that I thought was really cool and it was interesting. Is like get rid of elections entirely. No elections. It's just everybody's name in the whole country goes into a hat. We randomly pick who's doing what jobs.
Oh.
Because then you got the guy who's just trying to run the bodega. Now he's got to be the president for 4 years. He's just going to do what's good for people because he doesn't even want to fucking be there. He just wants to go back.
But he also doesn't know
what he's doing. Just pull his name out of the hat.
Have that already.
Pull the name out of the hat and just be like, Hinchcliffe, Tony Hinchcliffe, you're going to be ambassador to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he owns a house in Puerto Rico. Actually loves it there. But I do think that he stole that joke from somebody from
Dylan Jarborough.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what's his face said,
and that's
pointed it out.
Sorry, you got to call out
because he made a joke about Dylan Jarborough on Kill Tony. He was like, "Yeah, I come from a giant island of trash. It's called Florida or Peninsula of Trash." And Tony goes, "It's called Florida," and then you see Tony.
It's not the exact same joke, but he I think he took the premise and tweaked it.
Mm-hmm.
But which I mean, hey, that's whatever. But you still have to call out when you're like, all right, you're on this level. This dude's an open micer. You're kind of stealing his idea. That's it's a little shitty. Bloody revolution is what I'm saying.
It's here. I got it.
Laser.
Why are you peeing so much?
Because I'm
trading herself.
Fair enough. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to be back with Dallas Irvin and...
They're going to pee on me.
And Deep Boy.
Chill out.
And we're back. And they didn't even wait for me to cheers on the podcast for the cocktail. Because, it is a drinking podcast, and however we are poor, we're still going to get a little in with you guys. Cheers. So, we had a couple things that we wanted to talk about. I'll start off with, you guys hear about this cat mule in Costa Rica?
I heard of it.
I know we just talked about some of the stuff outside, but it is wild, just for the people at home. A cat mule caught smuggling drugs. In Costa Rica, guards at a prison caught a cat carrying over 230 grams of marijuana and 67 grams of crack cocaine. The cat was reportedly caught after it was seen jumping over a peripheral fence and was carrying packages attached to its fur. Pretty fun stuff.
I don't like the way that that's worded as though it was the cat's fault. Like, that's a trafficked cat.
Now, or it's just a gangster cat. Here's the thing, is that the CIA ran into this problem before when they tried to make a surveillance cat. I can't remember what the name of the project was, but it's been released. It was a real thing that happened. They tried to put microphones in cats. so they could like spy on people. But they're cats. So they just never went to where they were supposed to go or did the things
They just did what they wanted to do.
And they ended up scrapping the fucking project because they were just like, it's going to take too much money and time to get these cats to do what the fuck we want them to do. Which leads me to believe that the smuggling cat was like down. Like that was a down ass motherfucker. Like, so I don't know that I would say it was his fault, but maybe he just like really loved his dad, and his dad was locked up and needed to like make some cheese, so he didn't have trouble in the showers or whatever.
No, he was addicted
Where
to cats.
did you say where this was?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Yeah, he's just addicted to catnip.
Also, just attached to his fur sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Like they should have got him a little
little cat
vest or
vest,
something. Yeah.
like stray,
Or like trench coat.
Yeah. You want
Kids want some bread.
Pretty funny. Dallas, you said you had something you wanted to touch on too. What was that?
What?
Elephant.
Oh, you wanted to get into the elephant graveyard stuff a little bit more?
I mean, let's talk more about like cats hoarding drugs and stuff. Fucking great.
Now, like that's the thing is that like, how does one? If the CIA couldn't get cats to do shit, now
We don't know that the cat was going to the right location. Also, they just saw it jumping over the fence.
Like so. And I guess it didn't get the drugs to where it needed to go, obviously.
Mission failed.
So
Also, I guess the dates on stuff was wrong. I don't know. It would have been funny if the cat was running drugs for the CIA.
that would have been real fun, yeah. I don't know. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I don't know. The cats are cool. This is fantastic radio.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Shit right now. Oh man. It's all the talk about pedophiles and like
Yeah, I
not
think
being
we
able to own
spent ourselves a
anything.
little bit. Like that made me sad. But
World's gonna burn, and if it doesn't, we'll all be fat and not own anything.
yeah, uplifting stuff.
Hey, Wally.
Wally, indeed. There's a deeper meaning in that fucking kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god damn it.
Dallas is being real stoic.
We're making good content for the interwebs. It's fun stuff. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of pedophiles.
Yeah, let's
Jesus
go
Christ.
back to
If we're really gonna fuck up this podcast, I'm at least gonna get a little stoked for it. So
Yeah, why not?
Something else that we were talking about that was really funny. Oh, the guy in the Chuck E. Cheese mascot costume stealing people's credit cards.
Yeah, in Florida.
Tallahassee.
Did he actually work for Chuck E. Cheese, or did he just
I
have
think
a
it was
costume?
Chucky.
Yeah, he was the
There's a
mascot.
I think I
Well, I
remember
know, but-
seeing a video of a Chuck E. Cheese
He's like
mascot
waiting
guy
on
getting
tables
arrested.
and stuff. Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
he
that was
actually
him.
worked. Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
he
think
took
steal
people's
a
credit
costume.
cards and was like ringing them up, and then also like ordering shit online with their credit
at
cards.
the restaurant.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know why I was just thinking of like a guy in a Chuck E. Cheese costume, like stealing people's purses on the street and like running cards and stuff. I don't know. That's just
No, he was like, they probably got a way of like, when you pay, you could look back on the payments on like the.
Or he was like taking pictures of people's credit cards.
Yeah. Who knows?
Whatever it was, but yeah, he was doing fraudulent charges with it and got arrested.
But I think there's a police. I saw it on World Star. There's a police body cam footage of the
Guy in the suit, yeah.
the guy in the suit getting arrested during a shift. Sky Mall had a time. He said that had to have been with Sky Mall.
I don't know exactly the details of it to that extent, but what happened to Chuck E. Cheese? You know what I mean? Wasn't it just always a place that you could get really shitty pizza, play some games,
Times
with some
are
tickets?
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and just you could order a pitcher of beer at a time. You know.
I didn't know that Chuck E. Cheese ever had booze.
Oh yeah, I used to go as like.
That's why my parents loved it when I went. My dad was just like, when it was his time for him and me to hang out and stuff like that. Not that like my parents were divorced, but sometimes mom would go and do her own thing, and then
Yeah,
dad
it's
was
a
right
bonding
there, and
time.
he was just like, "You want to go to Chuck E. Cheese?" I was like, "Yeah," just like whack-a-mole the entire time. And like it was that and the sailor game where you had to drive a ship and stuff like that. And yeah, he would be drinking pitchers of beer.
Okay.
Yeah, pitchers of beer at Chuck E. Cheese rules. I remember when I was a kid in Delaware, we had like it was like a whack-a-mole game like that, but it was crocodiles. You guys ever play this game? It was
Oh
like
yeah,
Boardwalk.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they come out and you bop them on the nose and they go, and they like pull back.
And it'd pick up speed the further you got into it.
They couldn't get past a certain line. That was wild, man.
Was Chuck E. Was that like your place that you used to go with like
No.
games or whatever?
No, not all the time.
Okay.
It's just dad would just throw it out every now and then. It was this local arcade back in Shreveport that ended up closing down, not because of COVID or anything like that, but like probably in 2010. It's just like Jim's Arcade, and it's just he had like original. If I go there because it was like biking distance away and stuff. Like me and my buddies would just put a shit ton of quarters into like the Mortal Kombat 2 game, and we just play Mortal Kombat 2 the entire time.
Hell yeah! Remember the game Bad Dudes? When I was a kid, when I was maybe like 10 or 11 or 12, when I first started stealing like my dad's quarters off of his dresser and like going and buying packs of cigarettes out of like the little cigarette dispenser machine. It was in this one pizza parlor called Pizza King back in Seaford, Delaware, where I grew up. And I would ride my bike. It would take me like a half hour to ride there. And then I'd play Bad Dudes until like the person at the counter had to go to the kitchen for something. And then I'd real quick run over and like get a pack of cigarettes, and then I'd play Bad Dudes.
Oh, so they said, because I thought there was just like you could go and get it. I was like, damn, Delaware is different.
No, it was just, I mean, at the time, I think they were like $2.75 a pack.
How old were you?
12.
Oh, yeah, they were too.
Yeah. So 24 years ago. Yeah. I'm old as shit. But yeah, I'd ride my bike there. And then this is when Axe first came out, like in the late 90s. I don't know why when my parents got me deodorant, they also got me like body spray.
Probably because you were stinky.
Probably because I smelled like a fucking
teenager.
Probably because you smelled bad.
Like a teenager.
You're like, I don't know why.
Yeah, probably that. Yeah.
Great mysteries.
It's like, how do you bathe? I just stand like out of the shower range and just go, ooh, steamy.
Yeah. No, it was funny because they unknowingly gave me like the cheat code in order to not get caught smoking cigarettes. So I would smoke like 2 cigarettes on the bike ride home. So like in my mind, the wind was also keeping me from smelling like cigarettes. And then every few miles, I would just spray myself with X again and again. And then like one time, my mom was like, "Man, you're really wearing that body spray, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm trying to smell good."
You remember the competitor to Axe was it was just it was a spray bottle.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was like a
Yeah.
like you used for cats and stuff like that. It was Bod body spray, and they tried to market it as like the more masculine scent and stuff. Like it was so.
How was it?
It is shit. There's a reason why Axe is still around.
I used to wear Bod when I was a teenager.
Like Axe was.
There was one scent that I liked. I can't remember.
Axe was definitely for the guy who had shit together in middle school, and like Bod was just like, "Don't worry, you'll get through it. You'll get through it. You'll get through it."
I wore whatever my mom would get from the A1 catalog.
That's perfect. Well, you don't need Axe. That was for men. Axe body spray. Like, I'm sorry, but if a chick starts
for a girl,
but if a chick smelled like Axe body spray, I would automatically think lesbian.
True.
Whatever. I wear Old Spice.
Old Spice is classic.
Well, and in recent years they've been like,
well, don't they have lady branded stuff now?
I don't know.
With the Old Spice, or is it still men?
They market it. There's some commercials where it's like the woman steals the guy's.
Also. Oh man, don't you love it when like good things get co-opted by like just fucking whiny white women and just destroy any possibility of it being good?
Yeah, explain that, Stevie.
Y'all suck. I've been wearing Old Spice since I was a kid because the lady stuff either wouldn't work or it was all antiperspirant, and I couldn't wear antiperspirant because my skin's too sensitive. It like messed up my armpits, and Old Spice was the only thing that would.
Dudes do have severe.
A lady, it doesn't work. There's like a pink tax or whatever where you get to spend more money for something that doesn't work as well, but is marketed toward women, razors, all that kind of stuff.
Men's razors is a racket too.
Well, it's all a racket probably, but the men's ones are better than the women's ones in general.
I don't know. I've shaved my face with a lady razor for a while, but I think that's because I also had sensitive skin, and my beard is like soft-ish comparatively to most beards. This is fantastic.
We're really getting it. We're on it. We're at least some organic conversation.
Yeah, we were getting somewhere
like, with what are we talking about?
The like going to the arcade as a kid. Bad Dudes, man. That's what an 80s fucking American thing.
Mine was Gaddy Town. I didn't go a lot, but that was like the place. That was where the kids' parties were. That was where when my parents.
Gaddy's Town. Is that like a chain?
Mr. Gaddy's. Yeah. But it was like there was a Gaddy Town and there was a Gaddy Land, I think. And there's just like a bigger version of this pizza place.
Yeah.
There's a pizza buffet and then there's a big old arcade in the back.
We had a Mr. Gaddy's announce a barbecue spot back in Shreveport.
Yeah, I think the one that I used to go to closed down. But my favorite game to play was I don't even really know how it was a game. It was just the Addams Family one with the like shocker things. I don't think they could even have that anymore. But you would put your hands on it and it would shock you increasingly, and you would just like see how long you could hold it.
Oh, I remember this.
Was that around the Addams Family movie when it came out?
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think that's why they had it.
It's back in the.
I think about it now. It's like
they would give you a companion arcade game.
People would freak out. Like, we got this game for little kids. What does it do? It just shocks you. It just shocks you to see what your pain threshold is.
Now, is that a CIA psyop? Is that doing like electroshock therapy to just like?
Maybe that's why I liked it, because I was like, I feel better.
Oh,
but I would better say House of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah, the House of the Dead, House of the Living Dead, whatever the fuck they were called. Was it House of the Dead?
I think House of the Dead. Never mind.
Yeah, but it was the like on the rails shooting games,
and it was like you had to like reload by like getting it off screen, and shooting off screen. I do it like double. Like was it Time Cop?
Time Cop was really good, and then there was also Time Crisis.
Jurassic Park one where it's like
the one that was like the third movie when it
I think so. It was like you get into this whole thing. It's like being in the car.
Yeah, and you got like the big gun.
Like the size of like half of this apartment.
Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite of the shooting games. I mean, because I give shout out also Area 51. It's classic. But my favorite of the shooting games was. Is it Police Academy? Remember Police Academy?
I think that was you.
I never played it.
Oh, dude, it's great because it's not so much like you're shooting people. It's like you have
targets.
You have to hit targets and stuff,
accuracy and speed,
speed and timing, and it was actually difficult. It wasn't just like I couldn't reload fast enough, so I lost the level. I got to put more quarters in it. And you could actually compare. Like,
we played that at Cybercade, and you were doing really well, and I was like, I can't hit anything. And you were like, well, this is pretty hard. And I was like, no, my gun's messed up. And you were like, I don't know. I was like, switch me. And you didn't. It was messed up.
But hey, it's fun. I want to shoot guns again.
I want to go back to an arcade. That's what this talking about. This is making me.
Saturday rules.
Let's go. Let's not go on like a weekend like we did last time.
Yeah, go on a weeknight.
Weeknight where we're not fighting off teenagers and little kids and stuff like that. For like, especially since school opened up. Yeah, Tuesday, like a random Tuesday, or since I'm off on Monday and Wednesdays now, we can probably check that out one day.
Sure, yeah, I'm down as a fun man. I love, like, maybe it's because we're the ages that we are, but like I love that sort of, oh, let's go do a thing in person that's also like a goofy, nerdy fun. Like,
I think that's just a healthy sort of thing to do.
Well, it's weird because back in the day,
and go out
people would be like, if you go to the arcade all the time, your brain's gonna rot. And it's like, but it's like it was social. Now they don't even play.
Well, because we have there's a new level of rotted brain. It's different. It looks different.
Yeah, everyone's cooked.
Now you don't even have to go outside.
Now chat. Everyone's cooked. Brain rot.
Brain rot.
You heard? Who was it? Scooby?
Oh my God, you sound so old. You do, or whatever it is. Whatever.
The spaghetti toilet or whatever.
Spaghetti
toilet.
No,
spaghetti toilet.
I think it's skibbity.
Skibbity.
No, spaghetti. Come on, man. Let him think it's.
Oh fuck off. Just because I'm the oldest person here, but not even by much, doesn't mean that I don't fucking understand memes.
Well, I don't even understand them now. Like some people, like what is it? I saw a commercial during the football game last night. Watching it with Brian, or at least watching the rest with Brian and Ian. And there was one that's like so and stuff like that. Like talking about, it's like, I'm gonna be a judge on the new episode, on the new year of The Voice, or something like that. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is. I'm starting to get to the point that I just found out.
Like a celebrity big enough to be on The Voice, you have no idea who that is.
I'm like, who is it? That's not Alicia Keys.
Scary Spice?
No. It was some dude with the broccoli haircut, and the kid's got the broccoli haircut now. Yeah, where it looks like it's on the side, but it's puffy up top, looking like a broccoli haircut. It's broccoli haircut.
Yeah.
You seem like I'm stupid.
I just because I don't know what you're talking about doesn't mean you're stupid. If anything, it's a dig on me.
But
because I didn't know what you're talking.
But he's just like, yeah, I'm like the new. He's like trying to do a promo for the new season of The Voice, and it's like, I'm one of the judges, and I'm just like me, Brian, and Ian go, who the fuck are we that old now?
If
you have to ask, probably
that old. Or it's like, I don't care. Who's the broccoli haired little fuck that looks like he's no older than 14 years old trying to judge people on singing? Fuck you, you industry plant.
How do you even know? How do you even know fuck you if you don't even know who? What?
Yeah, booger?
No, it's a bug. Can you make sure that's not a kissing bug?
What the fuck is a kissing bug?
Bug that bites. No, you're fine. It was like clamped onto his nose.
Remember, guys, we're doing this for content on the internet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's dead, whatever it was.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's dead.
It's like stuck. I'm like,
maybe Hesher was being exploratory. Remember, we're doing this for content.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it just looks like a little beetle. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe he just shoved his face into a weird corner of the carpet and get fucking.
Okay. I'm gonna get you a broom. It's actually fine.
I have a new rescue kitten, and he is a kitten. So he's getting into shit.
To be fair, the podcast can't really go off the rails if it was never really on rails.
Sure. Yeah. This is good stuff.
Do it.
That was difficult.
Oh, are you judging me on how hard my peer pressure resolve is?
No, I'm judging you on how hard you're.
All right, good stuff. Well, does anyone else have any other topics that they would like to talk about, or should we just jump into Deep Boys and let it roll?
Let's just let it roll.
Okay, well, so Deep Boys, I don't know if you know this, Dallas, but is a segment that Trevor Moore and Zach Kreger used to do on Newsboys, where they would get real and like start to talk about like actual like impactful things in their lives. Sometimes sad, sometimes just inspiring or whatever. But they go deep. You know what I'm saying? So I had a one that I wanted to talk to you guys about and ask you to maybe talk about. This is Hesher, very cute, but he's a mischievous little fuck. And ask you about like the time in your life where you felt the lowest, like absolute your rock bottom, and what you did to get out of that.
I was like 25 years old, and then, as you know, not exactly some casting over myself. But there was for about 8 months, I thought I had a relationship with someone who was like slowly trying to scam me. And like at 25, I was like in my studio apartment back in Shreveport, talking with this fake, chick from France or something like that, and tried to, what was it? Like, tried to like, because I never talked about him around friends because I didn't want to accept that. Yeah, this is a fake person.
Yeah.
Like, they called you handsome. And stuff like that. Dude, I was like, oh, let me see my gorgeous man's face. I was like, and then slowly developing the nudes. There's probably nudes circulating on the internet. Someone tried to scam me on.
Oh,
And what was the result of that? How did you get out of it?
I told my friend Austin, and he made fun of me for 2 days and then helped me out.
Okay, what did that look like?
Just legitly roasted me for like being that fooled and stuff like that. Like, it was a low moment in my life where like I didn't want to talk to anybody for a while. I didn't want to like speak to anybody because like, it's like, no, I wanted this to be real. It's like when a kid finds out Santa Claus is not real, but except that, with Santa Claus not being real, they're not going to leak their news on the internet. For like at least 4 months, I would get random messages on my Instagram, because this is like my third or fourth Instagram that I have right now, my little personal one. And they would just send me stuff like, I'm gonna send this to all your friends and family.
Jesus.
Unless you give me like $1,500. At one point, I was like, just do it.
That's terrible.
That's wild, dude. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And what made you like get out of it and like not like have it affect you in the same way anymore? So
losing my virginity.
There you go.
Laid. That'll do it.
Well, it was just the fact that homegirl like took mine. Like, I was out with my buddy Joey. He works for the oil field, and he came back at 10. He's like 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and he just asked me. He's like, "Hey, you want to go out, man? I'm back in town and stuff." Randomly gets a text message from one of his lady friends that he's fucked for a good bit, and like she wanted to take my virginity after he like outed me after I went to the bathroom.
Right, you got laid from it though.
Got laid from her work. She spiked Viagra in a drink when I got to her house. Jesus Christ.
What?
Yeah. It was like this. She's like, do you want like some orange juice or something like that? And well, she didn't want, because she apparently has dealt with something like this before, wanted to take a guy's virginity, but she ended up experiencing what she referred to as shy penis. And she goes, no, I'll get fucked tonight.
Oh my God.
This is new information that I don't understand why you don't talk about on stage. This is amazing.
Well, this is when I get on showcases.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I have this. You don't think I won't talk about it, dude? Fuck yeah, it's a showcase. This is a back pocket. I could be in a heroin binge, almost dead from it, and they're like, hey, tell a joke about how you lost your virginity. Well, how I lost my virginity, thing that I got done with it and get back. Like, I know it by heart. That's why it's like, it's not a reason, there's no reason for me not to talk about it, because, like, I definitely have a story joke about it.
Nice.
I got hard in trigonometry, and it like broke all of my nervousness, where I was like, okay. I found out how flexible I was. She was a squirter too. It was nice.
Hell yeah.
Only thing is like she was so sensitive, where at one point, like I'm trying to hold her up and stuff like that from her guess, and very sensitive apparently too. And stuff to where she squirted so much, I was like, it ain't that big. The fuck's wrong with you?
Sometimes you just get hit.
You're complimenting me too much.
This just feels a little, yeah. No, I mean, you just get the right.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like I don't know if that would affect me in a physical way for like not needing at 25 years old, not needing Viagra, but getting spiked with it. It doesn't seem like it was a lot because I wasn't hard that much longer. It was like two more rounds after our first one and stuff like that. Then it's like I did go down, so I don't know if it was like something too crazy. But yeah, I got mine.
I mean, they say if it's longer than 4 hours to see a doctor, which seems like the last person you want to see. We've had an erection in the last 4 hours. I don't know. That's something else.
Was it Neil Patrick Harris is cute.
I mean, fair.
Doogie Howser up in there as a kid.
I'd let Doogie Howser get rid of my erection.
Yeah. No, but what was even funnier, like the best part about it was when like we're in between round 2 and stuff like that. We get done, and Joey, I noticed he called me up, and next thing, and you know, he asked me, he's like, man, because I was gonna get some pussy tonight. I was like, dude, you already know where she lives at. Get over there. I was like, get over here. We ended up fucking like doing an Eiffel Tower on her after that. Then after I got done with my 3rd round, I was like, it's all you, buddy. And I just like smoked a cigarette on her porch while here and just like, oh. Because Joey was a cage fighter also and worked in the oil field. So he was.
Dude, this chick is a saint.
I miss you, Courtney.
Drugging is not cool. Even if it's
real. I'm not traumatized.
Feel about it. That's good.
You found out I like squirters. Ain't nothing traumatic about that. It wasn't like she roofied me. That'd have been a different scenario.
Yeah.
That'd have been a different scenario, which I've experienced when I used to like bar back at the gay club. Where like, yeah, gay guys will roofie the shit out of each other.
Yeah, men are gross.
Yeah, we heard gross. But other than that, like it was a fun way where it's just like because probably the second most lowest I've ever was when I was still really, really Christian. I'm still relatively, I believe in God, to a sense and stuff like that. But I was really like into the Christianness and the Baptist Collegiate Ministries, BCM.
Mm-hmm.
I was a part of the college one, and I met a chick through there who I think we were dating. I really don't even know to this day, but a buddy of mine who's from Louisiana Tech that would visit me and stuff like that, that went to my high school said like, yeah, because he noticed homegirl and me were together and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. She was getting 3P'd on a couch at a party in Louisiana Tech. And I went to Northwestern, and I thought we were dating at the time. I don't think we were, if I can get real with you. Either that or she didn't think we were dating.
Yeah, fair enough. What got you out of that?
Huh?
What broke you out of that fucking down?
Oh, dude, it's kind of affected me until I finally lost my virginity. That was kind of a thing where it's like I didn't want anything to do with like dating or anything like that for a while.
Understandable.
Yeah, I mean that should have fucked you.
And these were on those like old school flip phones, like 2008, 2009, the little flip phone thing. So I had like 32 megapixels of watching her taking different shades of dick.
Yeah, that'll fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, definitely, like, especially when it comes to that, is like finding somebody that is willing to like have sex with you and appreciate you and give you a shot is massively healing for when someone hurts you in the.
Well, I think it's just homegirl just found out I was a virgin at 25 and wanted to take it.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was just like I want to have sex with this 5'0", 250-pound dude at the time.
Well, I mean, still, that's doing the Lord's work, though.
Yeah, she was an angel.
Yeah.
Unless you're Courtney.
What about you, Stevie? What was the lowest point in your life? How did you get out of it?
I don't really know. Probably when my mom died. And I really, honestly, there's not like a beautiful, like inspirational story to this because the way that I got out of it at the time was eventually, really getting into a relationship that I maybe was not the wisest thing. And also going on a trip to South America with my friend who was like my best friend, Liza, love you. Who was like, you gotta go, you gotta get out of there. Like, nothing's gonna make you be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to like come be here with me and we'll do something fun, different. And so that I think probably kept me from just becoming like full blown alcoholic or killing myself or something, like it got me out enough and I will always be grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But really it took me like 9 more years to really start to be okay.
Well, losing your mom is a huge loss. It's a giant thing, but so is there stuff like even to this day that you have to kind of do or work on to deal with it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's partially to deal with it and also to sort of deal with I feel like I stunted myself with grief for a really long time. So if I'm getting into patterns of drinking too much or not tending to my emotional, financial, physical, interpersonal needs, then I've dealt with like mental health stuff long before, my mom ever passed away, but it's just, I have felt sort of since then that I've been kind of frantically trying to play catch up and not doing a very good job. So I think just like keeping some perspective of like my life could look different from other people my age, but that doesn't mean that it's bad or wrong. It's just different, and trying to keep a perspective with that where, I can still make my life what I want. I can still be the kind of person that I want to be. It's mostly down to things like daily habits, who you spend your time around, and what you spend your time doing.
Yeah, fair enough. Those are all good, solid things. Well, I mean, I've talked about like probably know that going to prison and getting off of heroin is probably the lowest. That's probably my real rock bottom. I mean, a lot of other traumatic stuff has happened to me before and since, but that was probably where I was like, I mean, I was in prison. That's a pretty low place to be. And then rehab and everything. And I like scared my own father. And have you met my dad? You've met my dad, right?
No, I don't think I've met him.
They've been here to Austin. I can't remember who they all met. I mean, my dad's like 6'1" and in really good shape. He's like in his early 60s. So like, I don't know, like at the time I was 23 and he's like had already done like 5 marathons of, to have him like terrified of me. And like, I was like, I'll kill you, like crazy, and then I like sobered up, went through withdrawal and then was like my dad looked like he was going to cry. He was like so scared of me. And I was like, oh shit. Like while I was getting arrested and stuff. That's probably the one. And honestly, I can't even say that I fixed that. It's my dad who fixed that. He showed up and visited me every single Wednesday in prison, whether somebody else was coming or not. He always showed up and visited me. And he was like, I failed you when you were a kid. I'm not going to fail you now. And so like, I really have to give him the credit for that. Cause I mean, I was ready to like get off the drugs and change and stuff. I wanted to not be that way anymore, but I don't know if I would have been able to do it if it wasn't for that support,
You think if you hadn't had that support from your dad that you would have just fallen back into the same thing?
For sure. I'd like to think not. I'd like to think that, because I was like, I sort of accepted in my mind that they were never going to talk to me again. But I was like, I still want to like get well and get clean and stuff. But certainly it would have been harder for sure at the very least, without them supporting and like us learning to have healthy boundaries and stuff. I mean, even to this day, when I'm in a jam, I can rely on my folks. They're rad, they definitely weren't so great when I was a kid. most of my trauma wasn't directly their fault though. But they responded to my lowest point and I did as well in a way that was like, no, let's make this right. Let's make this healthy. So I got to give, and it's not like it's been completely smooth sailing ever since we've had our, differences. But I got to give it hats off to my dad. He really was there and so supportive that it pulled me out of it in a way that would have been way harder to just do on my own. I still had to put the work in. I still had to not do heroin. I still had to stop doing crime and stealing shit and fucking beating the shit out of people and doing wild stuff. Yeah, like one time in prison was good enough for me. The only other time I ever went back to prison was just a stupid mistake because I got blackout drunk because my son died. Also not a great, pretty low point as well. That and perseverance, and like my dad said a thing to me when I was going through that time that I'll never forget. It's that he was like, Dave, you have to make a life worth living. Otherwise, you're going to be suicidal. And just like, why wouldn't you just go back to doing drugs? You have to actually make a life worth living, and that's what I've tried to do. So, that's I don't think I was ever really officially in a band post rehab until I started doing comedy. So that's all sort of a result of why I started doing comedy. Really, was that if I wasn't doing something creative and performative and whatnot, I was like, who gives a shit? I might as well just do heroin. Now I didn't start doing comedy for probably 3 years after getting clean, but it was definitely like a thing that would inevitably lead to me doing comedy, was getting off of heroin and not doing crime and shit anymore. The old crime,
Mm-hmm.
The thing that sucks is I was extraordinarily good at it. I was phenomenal at doing crime. The amount of shit that I got caught for doing that they actually could prove and charge me for versus the shit that I actually did is like maybe 1%. Like, it was insane. And I just stopped working normal jobs. I would get like a part-time job somewhere somehow just to kind of like be a cover. I was just so insanely good at it. I didn't need to like work a job for rent or anything. Now also I was like couch surfing and like doing all this wild shit, living out of my car occasionally. But it was I could have been like a full-blown ass criminal if I kept going down that road.
Some Bonnie and Clyde type of shit.
Oh yeah, it was me and the ex-wife. We were supremely good at like stealing cars and screwing over drug dealers and just absolute mayhem. It's not good.
Can you remember without telling too much details about one of these like fucking over a drug dealer joke or story?
Sure. Yeah, there's this guy. He's a fairly nice dude when we first met him. He's a black guy from the projects in Seaford, and he went by Casper. So if you're seeing this, sorry, kind of, I guess that's probably not the greatest thing. We were dealing heroin to underage kids, so I don't know. That was our justification of it, at least. And my ex-wife, she was hot, so like we would, she would text him and be like, "Hey, like, what do I have to do to get some drugs or whatever?" And he'd be like, "Come to my house, meet me in the backyard, and like you can like blow me or whatever, and I'll give you some drugs." And then he'd come to the backyard, and I have a gun, and I'd be like, "Hey, bud," and then we just take all of his shit, take his safe, We did that kind of stuff several times, where she would be like the honey pot, and then I would just either beat him up or pull him at gunpoint and take all their shit. So yeah, I've done a lot of growing. Much different person now.
I love it.
But yeah, that's some wild shit that like that was what was leading up to me like going to prison. So that was actually maybe even the darker actual time in my life other than being in prison, because being in prison, all I was doing was push-ups, and I started writing, and it was like actually probably that like 6-7 month period right before I went to prison where I was just like, I'm just going to be a full-blown criminal. Yeah. Like I got fired from my like stable bartending job, and it was like, I'm just gonna start stealing cars, like doing wild shit, and I did for a while.
There you go.
This has been the Dave is Obviously Complicated podcast.
What we all just had really deep, complicated stories we talked about. Yeah, I don't know, and honestly, I have to also say I have to give a shout out to meditation, and what you're saying of like good routines and good patterns. Those things are why I think I got stable enough to be able to not go back to that stuff and pull it off.
Just feed the kitty some vodka.
All right. Well, what time are we at? You're gonna see my big dumb face for a second. We're at 2:10. Let's do closing thoughts. We did it, guys. We wrapped it up.
Yeah.
It was a fucking. We never miss. It was the best show, the greatest show, the most well produced, the most prepared, has the best banter, all the things. And if anyone tells you different, all that stuff's AI and it's made up. It's fake news.
Even if it's written in real life.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think anybody's got anything coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What a sad state of affairs. I don't have anything coming up on the books either.
Soon.
Yeah, I mean you'll see us all around town in Austin. If anyone's watching this that's in the New York comedy scene, tell us if we should just move there in the comments below, because we're thinking about it.
They're gonna call us faggots.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Dowser and everybody, the Obviously Complicated podcast, forever.